Welcome to day 2 of our Welcome to Fall 7-day challenge. We're going to start standing on our mat today, and I'm going to have you just shimmy yourself right down to the end. And I want you just to feel yourself grounded into your mat. Take a minute, inhale, grow yourself a little taller, exhale, spread your toes wide and then reach them along onto the mat. And I want you to take your weight then and push back just a little bit into your heels. You should feel your inner thighs kind of activate. That pulls into your abs. Give you a chance to stand up nice and tall. And then from here, I'm going to have you inhale and just exhale. Nod your chin. Round it all the way forward. Let your arms hang, let your head hang. We're just going to do a quick check-in with our body, see how this feels. Hold it at the bottom, knees are soft. Inhale, on the exhale, slowly roll it up. Shoulders, neck, and head are the last to come up, growing nice and tall. Inhale. On the exhale, nod your chin. This time I want you to actually bring your weight forward onto the balls of your feet and your toes so that you're coming right around your center of gravity, using those abdominal muscles to roll forward. My feet have little white knuckles as I add some grip to my toes. Once again, just feeling how your body feels at the bottom. Inhale and exhale. Restack it up. Knees are ever so slightly soft. Rolling all the way up. Shoulders, neck, and head are the last to come up. We're doing one more. Inhale. On the exhale, nod your chin. Round it all the way down. And hold. See if you can target what feels good, bad, tight, not tight. One side versus the other. Hold. Inhale. And exhale. Restack all the way up. And from here, I'm going to turn right around, cross one foot in front of the other, reach your arms out in front of you, and with control, nice and slow, steady, control, sitting all the way down to the mat. There's a little bit of a dead zone right there, but that is a lot of work right from your powerhouse to be able to lower yourself down into that seated position. So something to work on if that was hard. And continue rolling yourself all the way down to the mat. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the mat. Arms find their way next to your side. Press into the mat like you're trying to make an indentation with your arms. Inhale here into your rib cage. On the exhale, rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up to the top. Let your chest be open. Let your head reach a little bit longer. And inhale. On the exhale, take your time. Articulate down. Reach your spine farther down that mat. Uncurl completely at the bottom. I want you to imagine your spine's a piece of tape and you're going to peel it off. That means you got to start at one end. It's going to be your tailbone, rock your hips, and continue peeling that imaginary tape, or your spine, aka your spine, all the way up to the top, up to the roof, up to the ceiling. Keep that rib cage tucked in. Keep your knees reaching to the other side of the room so the backs of your legs kick in. Inhale and exhale. Articulate all the way down. Uncurling all the way at the bottom. And we're doing 2 more. Rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up to the top. I'm going to have you hold it up to the top. Let's float those arms over your head. They're going to come all the way over your head, getting a little extension as you articulate down, getting a little stretch through your shoulders, through your upper back. I feel like that feels absolutely yummy. And then arms are going to float down by your side. Rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up to the top. And float those arms up over your head. Keep your shoulders out of your ears, head still reaching long. And I'm even closing my eyes. Imagine yourself getting longer and taller, just getting those vertebrae moving, getting the blood flow to every single one of those vertebrae. And arms float down by your side. From here, right leg floats up to tabletop. Inhale. On the exhale, left leg floats up to tabletop. And tap that right toe on the mat, bring it right back up. And left toe taps down and bring it up. And tap. And tap. I'm keeping myself really stable with my abdominal muscles, and my legs are a little bit along for the ride. So I don't have a whole lot of activity or action or energy into my feet or my legs. I'm just using my abdominals to pull that knee back up and pull that knee back up. See what you can turn off if we don't need it right now. Pilates is all about figuring out how to do just that. So if you have a tense jaw, furrowed brow, a pinky finger that's standing up at attention, turn all that off. Keep those legs going. Hover your arms off the mat. Again, keep those legs going. Head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Good. Reaching those fingers all the way to the other side of the room. Hands are going to float up to the ceiling. They're going to float over your head. Feel the change as it gets a little bit more challenging with your center of gravity changing, those arms over your head. Interlace your hands behind your head. And those legs are still going, don't stop. And then let's add a rotation to that opposite knee. And we're going to cross and cross and cross and cross and cross. Really wrap that armpit across to that opposite knee. One more time, come back to the center, glue those knees together. From here, pull that lower back into the mat. Make sure you're stable and staying there. If it's too much with your head up, please put your head down, whatever works for you. And from here, float those feet towards the mat and bring it right back up. Float those feet towards the mat and bring it up. If you're happy here with your head down or in your hands, stay there. If you need a little more of a challenge, hands come up to the ceiling. And then let's travel those arms over your head and bring it right back in. And tap those toes, reach those arms and pull it in. Inhale to tap, exhale, pulls it in. Inhale, tap, and pull it in. One more time. Hold it right here. Hands float up to the ceiling. Head is down, and then arms are going to come out to the side into a goalpost position. Keep those knees glued together. Pick your right hip up to float your knees over to the left. And pull it back to center. Float it over to the right and pull it back to center. I want your knees to really not shift because I want you moving through your waist. So pick that hip up and you just want your spine twisting through this. Shoulders are quiet on the mat. This time we're floating it over to the left and you're going to hold it right there. Straighten those legs and bend and straighten and bend. The right side of your waist is holding you nice and steady. Your shoulders should be on the ground, on the mat still pretty even. Not pretty even. Make the weight distribution even. And one more time. Bend, pull it back to center, and float it over to the right. Hold it there. Stabilize with that left side of your waist, right there, right in your obliques. And from here, straighten and bend. And straighten. Hello, little horsies. How are you today? And straighten and bend. One more time. Straighten and bend. Hold it there. Pull it back to center. Right leg goes long on the mat. Left leg goes long on the mat. Arms come down by your side. From here, I want you to flex both feet. And then I want you to float that right leg up to tabletop. My left leg is really flexed as much as I can, almost so I'm getting an opening feeling across that left hip. From here, I want you, if you're happy in a tabletop, stay here. If you're bendy and can reach for it without too much strain, that right leg extends to the ceiling. Flex your foot. Find the length in the back of your leg. Hips stay still no matter where you are. Cross your midline with that leg and bring it down and around and up and hold. Cross and bring it around and hold. Inhale and exhale. My back bottom rib is on the mat. My arms are pressing into the mat. My abdominals are helping to keep my hips nice and still. One more time, let's hold it at the top and switch directions. Take it out to the side, bring it all the way around. And I'm trying to reach that leg as far to the ceiling as I can. I'm imagining a little space between my hip socket and the top of my femur so that that leg can just move around. Your hips get to do a lot of work. They have to stabilize and move. So here's the moving. One more time. Bring it around, hold it at the top, bend that knee, grab a hold of your knee with your opposite hand and cross it over your body. Let that right arm go off to the side. For me, it's off to the right, and I get to say hello to my 3 horses, who still need names, by the way. I need to find some inspiration, some creative ideas for my horses. And exhale. Give me a nice good exhale. And inhale it in. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And on the exhale, pull that leg back to center. Right leg goes long on the mat. This time, you're gonna float that left leg up to the tabletop. Flex that right foot, press that leg into the mat. Find that opening feeling across that right hip. Arms are down by your side. Stay in tabletop with that left leg or extend it up to the ceiling. Flex that foot no matter where you are with that left leg. Hips stay nice and still. Cross your midline and bring that leg down, around, and up and hold. Cross and bring it around and hold. Cross and bring it around and hold. Inhale helps you take it around once, and exhale takes it around again. One more time, inhale. One more time, exhale, and switch directions. Take it out to the side and bring it around and up. If you're feeling wiggling in your hips, your circle may be small, and that's okay. So we want to really work on all those muscles to stabilize, keep your hips happy and healthy, and then increase the range of motion from that point. One more time, inhale. One more time, exhale. Hold it right there. Bend that knee. Grab a hold of your knee with your opposite hand and cross it over your body. And now I get to look at you. Hello. Whew, I'm so ready for it to be fall. I feel like the heat wave is still kind of hitting hard. I'm ready to make stews and pumpkin everything. I have a friend who hates pumpkin, so this season's painful for her. But me, bring on the pumpkin. From here, inhale. On the exhale, pull that knee back to the center. I'm gonna have you bend both your knees, feet go flat on the mat, and they're gonna be hip width apart. Take a nice good inhale. And on the exhale, rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up to the ceiling. Make sure that you have energy between your knees. They don't get to wander off to the side. Press those arms into the mat. Feel your spine get long here. And then I want you to lower your hips a little bit more. Tuck even more, like you just put on really tight pants. And then hips are gonna stay level throughout this whole exercise here. Inhale. On the exhale, that right leg floats up to tabletop and extend it up to the ceiling. You're going to point that leg, reach that right leg long and away from you. Keep that right hip lifted, don't let it drop. Flex your foot, bring it right back up. And point, it goes long, flex it up. And point, and flex, reach and up. You're really using your obliques to keep those hips level. And reach and up and reach. Two more. One more time. Hold it up at the top and give me a little pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse. I'm really reaching for that length in the back of my leg. My heels has a lot of energy reaching to the ceiling. Let's do 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. Point that toe. Cross your right leg over your left. Articulate all the way down. Try to not have any speed wobbles in those knees. Uncurl completely, getting a little stretch in that right hip. And rock your hips. Peel and curl all the way up. Hold and slowly coming all the way down. And one more time, coming all the way up. And one last time, coming all the way down. We're gonna hold it at the bottom. Unwind those legs completely. They're gonna be nice and even again. Let's get ourselves set up to do the other side. Pull your lower back into the mat. Peel and curl those hips all the way up to the top. And from here again, go through a little checklist. Lower those hips, really tuck your hips so you can keep your lower back protected. If your lower back hurts on this exercise, lower those hips and tuck more. Arms are pressed into the mat. Inhale. On the exhale, that left leg floats up to tabletop and then extends to the ceiling. From here, reach that left leg long and away from you. Hip stays lifted, don't let it drop. Flex that foot and come right back up. And point, and flex, and point, and flex, point, flex, and point, and point. Let's do 2 more. One more time. Hold it here. Give me a little pulse. press and press and press. I feel all that work going on that back side of my right leg, hamstrings, glutes. I feel like I need to go to my happy place. Go along to yours if you need it. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Cross that left leg right over your right all the way and articulate all the way down. Uncurl completely at the bottom. And rock your hips. Peel and curl all the way up. Hold. And coming all the way down. We're going to do one more because I think that's what we did on the other side. Rock your hips, peeling and curling all the way up to the top. And slowly coming all the way down. Hold at the bottom and unwind those legs. You're going to go flat on the mat. Float those arms up to the ceiling. From here, inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up. And exhale, rolls it up. Belly button's pulled back. And roll it right back and down. And inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts. Roll it up. And take it right back and down. And inhale, lift it up. Roll it up. Keep those ankles squeezed together. Shoulders are out of your ears. And take it halfway back. Hold it right here in no man's land. Give me a small little lift. And lift. And lift. And lift. My hips and my feet are staying really still, so I'm just using my abs to come up over the top of my hips. So not letting your legs change the biomechanics of that makes it easier. I want to make it harder. Sorry. And 4, 3, 2, last one, coming all the way down. Hold it down here. Bend those knees. Bring your right ankle on your left knee. Float that left leg up to tabletop. Wrap your hands around your thigh. Push your knee open. I want to get a stretch in that tight hip of mine. You get to come along for the ride. Tailbone and back stays down, reaching long. Take a moment here to, again, take a nice good inhale and a nice deep exhale. On the next exhale, float that leg down, unwind. Let's bring that left ankle on the right knee, float that right leg up, wrap your hands around that right thigh, push your knee open, float over to the right ever so slightly. Tailbone is reaching far and away from you. And there's that stretch. There she blows. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And on the exhale, I'm going to have you unwind your legs. You're going to keep them in tabletop. Head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Grab the backs of your legs. Press your legs into your hands. And I'm going to have you flip over onto your belly. Hands are going to come right down on your thighs. I want your nose just hovering off the mat. I don't want your chest lifted up, but I do want your shoulders lifted up, and reach those arms down towards your feet. Press your hip bones and your pubic bone into the mat to protect your lower back. And aiming for length instead of height, I want you to inhale, lift your torso up, and exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift it up. Those shoulders stay lifted. Those arms are reaching down towards your feet, and lower it down. Inhale, lift it up, reach your head all the way to the other side of the room and make it work to come down like you're trying to get farther down the mat in this direction. One more time. Inhale, lift it up, hold it right here. Pick your shoulders up a little bit more, reach your arms down by your side. And then from here, rotate so that those hands are facing the ground. Hands are still reaching towards your feet. Stay lifted. From here, moving from your waist, angle your head over to the right corner of your mat. And scraping your head all the way on the other side of the room. Take it to the left corner of your mat. And come over to the right. Inhale through the center, over to the left. And to the right. And the left. Come back to the middle, lower yourself all the way down. Hands go underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up onto your hands and knees. I'm going to move a little forward on my mat because we're going into a plank. Get your game face on. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Push the ground away from you. Back of your head and neck is lifted to the ceiling. Inhale. On the exhale, make your neck a little longer. Feel your shoulder blades go down your back. Belly button pulls tight to your spine. Right leg goes out behind you. And then your left leg goes out behind you. Just a reminder, if you need to go onto your knees, please go onto your knees. And from here, right knee comes into your chest. Press it right back out. And left knee comes in toward your nose and right back out. And right. And left. Let's cross it to your opposite elbow. Right knee comes into the left and left to the right. And cross. And cross. And then take it out to the outside. Right knee to right elbow. Tap. And tap. And tap. And tap. Hold it right here. Pike those hips up to the sky. Take a little step in if you need to with those feet. Bend your knees. Aim that tailbone way up to the sky. Enjoy that stretch. Press into the fingertips and the palms of your hands equally to release any pressure on your wrists. Straighten your right leg. Bend your left. I just did the opposite. But you know what we're doing. We're walking the dog. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Come onto your knees and face the side. I'm on my left side. I'm going to go all the way down onto my elbow. We're just going to do a few little side lifts. My bottom leg is going to stay bent. My top leg is going to be straight. Start by recognizing where you are with your body. You can put as much weight on the bent leg at the bottom or the top, whatever works for you. Do one, all the weight's on your knee. Lift up to a T. Feel that length in your body. Next, going in one direction, feet are going in the other. Lower yourself right back down. Start putting some weight in that straight leg if you'd like, and lift. And lower it down. If you're happy with one of those two variations, go for it. If you would like a little more, straighten both legs and lift. Feel that length. Belly button's pulled in, elbow is shoulder. Excuse me, that was a little... lost my words. Elbow is right underneath your shoulder, but it sure makes for a good reason to just hold it up here while I get my words straight, right? Lower yourself right back down. We're going to do two more. Lift it all the way up, hold, and lower down. One more time. Lift and lower yourself down. Bend those knees. Sit yourself up. Grab that wrist of the elbow that you were just supported on. Come up over the top and stretch. Make it an active stretch. Not coming forward, not half-hearted. Up, over the top. Really find the length all along that left side. We'll release those hands. I'm just going to swing my feet around. I'm going to be on my right side here, on my right elbow. Bottom leg is bent. That's where we're going to start. And from here, all the weight on that bottom leg. Elbow is right underneath your shoulder. Belly button's pulled in. Lift up to that T. And lower yourself right back down. Put a little weight in that straight leg if you can. And come up to a T. And lower down. Again, if you would like and you have it available, straighten out both legs and lift up to that T. And lower yourself down. I believe the second one on the other side is where I became unable to form a sentence in words. So what can we talk about here while I sort of have some words? Anyways. How about a nice good inhale and a nice good exhale as you lower it down. We're doing two more lifts. Inhale, lift it up and lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. Really find that length. Be tall and lower it all the way down. Your hands find the mat. Bend those knees. Push yourself up to sitting. Grabbing that right wrist, which was my supporting elbow. Come up over the top, stretching towards my feet. Really finding that length on that right side of my waist. My arm is straight, and this stretch likes to hide by letting that top shoulder curl forward. Keep it really lateral and sideways. And release that. We're gonna slowly make our way to finish this day 2 off. We're gonna start the way we finished, which is standing up. So please stand up without using your hands. I'm gonna do the exact opposite of how we got down here, crossing those legs, reach your arms in front of you, and standing up. If that's not available to you, you can put one knees to both sides, however you can do it. It's a good exercise to be able to stand up without using your hands, so you're not stuck on the floor. Let's come up to our mat. And we're gonna look down, make sure your feet are parallel, hands on your hips. I want you to slowly float over to your right leg. Slowly lift that left heel, lift the ball of your foot, and then lift that foot all the way off the mat. We're gonna do just a little balance because it is so, so very important. If the mat is a little bit too squishy of a surface, you can always jump off your mat, go onto the stable ground. I want you to feel your right foot kind of wiggling. Mine definitely is wiggling, which means all those muscles are getting lots of feedback on who needs to be working where and when. I also want you to feel your hip on the side. That's really holding you up there nice and high. So we're doing a lot. Belly button's pulled in. If you're having a bad wobbly day, you can bring that toe down ever so slightly, touching the mat. It's not going to do a whole lot for you. You're still going to get benefit. So you can still, that'll be a little kickstand if you need it. And then from here, inhale, slowly lower that left leg down. And then bring your weight over to that left leg. Lift your right heel, the right ball of your toes, and lift up. And I am focusing on you. I'm finding that little point way out in front of me, and I get to look at you, and that's always helpful to find your balance. Once again, enjoy that little bit of wobbling. That means your muscles are working and firing. Heads lifted up to the ceiling, belly buttons pulled in nice and tight. If you need that kickstand, lower that toe down just a little bit. If you have it available to keep it up in the air, go for it. We're gonna do 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale as you slowly and quietly lower your leg to the mat. Whew, shake it out just a little bit. All right, feet are still parallel. We're gonna start just standing here. Inhale and exhale, nod your chin, round it forward. I want you to make note of how your body might feel a little bit different, a little bit more mobile, a little bit stretched. Maybe you don't have quite such imbalances from what it feels. Knees are soft, roll all the way up. Shoulders, neck, and head are the last to come up. Inhale, we're doing 1 more. Nod your chin, take it all the way down. Shake your head a little bit, yes and no. And hold, inhale, knees are soft. Slowly roll yourself right back up. Hold it here for just a minute. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Drop them like they're hot. And shrug your shoulders up. Drop them like they're hot. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 3.